Welcome everyone, welcome Barb. So today we're going to be talking about well-being and sleep, which I think has been, actually was requested of us to talk about. So we were very happy to have that suggestion. And if anyone else does have suggestions on topic they want us to cover, please don't hesitate to let us know. Anything well-being related, we're happy to tackle. And we're going to start with Annette taking us through some mindfulness as usual on relaxation, which is always important before sleep. And then Amelia Twiss will take us through some tips and with some slides. So as usual, you're on mute at the moment, but at the end, we encourage you to unmute and we can have a bit of an interactive chat, which has been really like my favourite part of the session so far, when we do get to hear some feedback and really connect with everyone at the end of the session. So Annette, I will hand over to you.
Thanks, Dorothy. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to those who have been our super regular attendees. Very proud of you to all come back and take some time out for your well-being again. And to those of you who are new, welcome along. We've been doing this for a while. We have some of these actually available now for you to watch. If you are new and you would like to connect to it, we'll walk you through how to do that at the end of the session. Today we're doing a relaxing body scan, and traditionally a relaxing body scan can be done lying down. In fact, a relaxing body scan is quite different to a mindful meditation in that we ask you to be really comfortable. Sometimes in a mindful meditation, we invite you to stay upright and in an open posture so you can remain quite alert. However, today I do invite you, if you are comfortable, you're welcome to find yourself a spot where you can lie down, you can turn your camera off, or alternatively, it's absolutely fine to do this same meditation still in your seat. So I'll give you the option to do whatever you choose, so long as you're in a comfortable position. So if you are going to lie down, perhaps make sure you've got a pillow under your head or your knees, or if you choose to sit upright, then just make yourself super comfortable. So I'll give everyone a few moments to set themselves up. And if you are remaining in your seat, now is a perfect time to turn off your distractions and just begin to settle. Start to settle into the chair. If you're on the floor, start to find yourself settling into the floor beneath you. This meditation is really designed to give you some time to nourish yourself. It's a great way to learn how to relax your body. It's a great way to find some moments of peace and calm, and even ways to build some inner strength. So during this exercise, what is important is not to try too hard, like in any meditation. Don't try to change anything. Don't try to force anything. Just simply allow whatever comes up to be. So if you're upright, just I invite you to place your hands into your lap so they're nice and comfortable. And if you're lying down, just place your arms by your side with the palms facing up towards your ceiling. And slowly begin to bring your attention to the sensation of breathing. Don't need to manipulate your breath in any way. Simply experience the breath as it moves in and out of your nostrils. And then bringing a little more awareness into the regions of your face. Your face often accumulates a lot of tension during the day. See if you can begin to bring your awareness into feeling into your jaw, your chin and lips, your mouth, gums, teeth. And as you breathe out, see if you can purposely let go of any tension or contraction. Feel all the muscles of your face dissolve, relax, letting go. Even your eyes and eyelids, your eyebrows, the space between your eyebrows, your forehead, temples. On your next breath out, can you see if you can feel that region too? Letting go, becoming softer, looser, relaxed. And now I invite you, if you can direct your attention, in particular now, into your stomach and belly region. Begin to notice any sensations there. And you'll be able to notice that calming rise and fall of your belly with each breath. And in your mind's eye, just following the rhythmic movement of your belly, rising as you breathe in and falling as you breathe out. And using that breath out purposefully to see if you can soften and relax the area around your belly and abdomen even more. And now if you can shift your attention right down into the very tips of your toes, becoming aware of what you can feel there. You might notice tingling, warmth, coolness, itching. Whatever you notice, know that that's not important. You don't need to analyse or judge what you find, but rather just connect to the sensations that you feel. If you're finding it hard to register any sensation, then just experience not feeling any sensation. And as you breathe out, can you allow your toes to soften, to relax, and to settle a little more? And then move your awareness into the bottom of your feet and heels. Perhaps you can notice the touch of your feet on the ground if you're seated, or maybe if you're lying down, you can feel the heels onto the floor. And becoming aware of the tops of your feet and then spreading your awareness to the ankles. And on your next breath out, can you purposefully allow that whole region of your feet to relax even more? Becoming heavy, letting all tension dissipate. Moving your awareness up through your lower legs now, the front of your shins, the back of your calves, deeply feeling around your lower legs, into the bones, the tissues, and then allowing that area to soften, to sink, to let go even further. And drawing your awareness up your legs now, past your knees, in your knees, around your knees, up into your thighs, the front of your thighs, the back of your thighs, inside your thighs, all the way up through your groin and hips, just experiencing whatever sensations you notice there. And on your next breath, see if you can really find some more ease around that area, releasing any contraction, feeling the back of your legs melting, softening, allowing any further tension to melt away. Becoming aware of the pelvis from one hip to the other, aware of your buttocks resting on the chair beneath you or the floor. Noticing if there's any sensations of tightness, and see if you can direct your breath to releasing, to softening and letting go. Still, relaxed. Just giving yourself the permission to simply be here. Drawing your awareness now into your lower back region. Many of us hold a lot of tightness or tension, can be a problematic area for many people. It might be a more intense area to discover than others. And see if you can use your breath to really soften and allow any pain, tension to dissipate. Just allowing the whole lower back to release. Moving into your upper back, the sides and back of your rib cage. You may even notice as you breathe, you can feel an expansion of your rib cage and a softening of your rib cage. You might notice tension or tightness in your upper back, a sense of fatigue or discomfort. See if you can allow your breath to help dissolve any of that tension, letting go and sinking even deeper into a sense of stillness. And then bringing awareness into your chest, across your chest, around your heart. You may notice the expansion of your lungs as you breathe in and the softening of your lungs as you breathe out. You may even notice the subtle beat of your own heart. can you use your breath now to also allow this area to rest, to soften, to create space? Letting your focus of attention now move onto the back of your neck, through your shoulders, into your upper arms. We tend to hold a lot of tension during the day through this area as well. And see if you can feel a melting and releasing of tension through the neck, shoulders. And if you can just allow the breath to encompass your whole body now. And so you're breathing from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, resting in a state of stillness, deep relaxation, flowing into a state of deep well-being. Knowing that taking the time to care for yourself in this way is accessible to all of you at any time. Inviting your breath to help you let go. If we can begin to gently bring awareness back to the room, slowly wiggling your fingers and toes. Perhaps take a stretch. And whatever you need to do as you bring yourself back. Before I pass you on to Amelia, who will talk a little bit more about how we can look after ourselves by looking after our sleep, health and well-being. So we're just going to wait for everyone to come back and I'll hand you over. Thank you, Amelia.
Thanks, Annette, for that lovely, relaxing practice there. I'm imagining we've probably lost a few people off to a little dozy space, particularly if they've been lying down. But yeah, a really nice introduction to a conversation about well-being and sleep. So we are building on a conversation that we've been having over the past few weeks about well-being. And for those of you who are new to our calls, this is how we conceptualise well-being. It's about how you feel, how you function, and how you evaluate your own life. And we would define having well-being as feeling good and functioning well. And then at the other end of the spectrum, we talk about mental illness, which is feeling bad and functioning poorly. And sometimes it can be quite helpful just to take a minute to check in on your well-being, which we've been doing over the past few weeks. And what we do is we use a 1 to 10 scale, and we simply ask ourselves, where would I rate my well-being today on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being really low and 10 being really high? How do I feel in terms of my well-being right now? You might even like to write that number down and just notice how you feel as you reflect on that number. And for those of you who've been on the calls the past few weeks, notice if that number has been changing, and how you feel about whether or not it's gone up or gone down or stayed the same. So we've been talking about this wellbeing model, which comes from the School of Lifestyle Medicine. And these are 6 factors that we know contribute to positive health and wellbeing. And today we're going to focus on sleep. So why is sleep important? We all know that it is, and we all know what it's like when we're not sleeping well. We actually sleep for about 1/3 of our lives, which is a lot. And it's really important to focus on the quality of our sleep, as this is one of the anchors for a healthy lifestyle. And you'll know that if you're having good quality sleep, you've got a better mood, your memory and your cognition is improved, and you've also got better problem-solving ability. And good sleep also helps to reduce the risk of disease, depression, diabetes, and obesity. Poor sleep can lead to fatigue, which then leads to inactivity, which then leads to other health problems. So you can see how sleep and lifestyle behaviours are really intertwined. So let's take a moment just to think about our own sleep at the moment. And what we're going to do is talk about some levers that you might think about pulling in relation to your sleep practice. But first of all, just reflect on your own sleep now and ask yourself, how well am I sleeping at the moment? What's the quality of my sleep like? Also have a think about where you're sleeping. What's your bedroom like at the moment? Is it like a beautiful, calm sleeping zone? Maybe it's a bit of a dumping zone. For some of you, maybe it's actually your work zone at the moment. So think about what your bedroom's like now. And then finally, have a think about how are you feeling about your sleep? So are you feeling pretty positive about it? Maybe it's something that you're struggling with at the moment. Maybe it's something that you kind of identify as having issues with. So doing this little self-evaluation will help to inform whether or not you might like to make some changes to your sleep practice. So we'll have a look now at positive sleep practices. So the first one we've already highlighted, healthy lifestyle. So exercise, making sure you're moving often during the day, thinking about your nutrition, doing what you can to have a low stress life, and thinking about having really positive relationships around you. In terms of your sleeping zone, your bedroom's really best set up if it's for sleeping and sex only, and get really, really comfortable in your sleeping area. It's a great place to invest if you can in a really good quality bed, get the best that you can afford, get the best bedding that you can, really create a kind of a sleeping, I guess a cocoon that you feel really good to get into and that you feel really comfortable falling asleep in. Think about your routine around sleep. So this is about going to bed and getting up around the same time all the time, and keeping this the same at the weekend. If you change the time that you go to sleep and getting up at the weekend, this can kind of cause a sleep inertia later on during the week. So keeping some routine in terms of your bedtime and wake up time. Work on developing a healthy attitude towards sleep. So we mentioned before that, some of us might identify as being someone who's a poor sleeper. If that's you, have a think about how you might be able to change your attitude towards sleep. And this is something that you could actually work on with a psychologist. They can help you to talk about how you relate to sleep and help you to work on how you think and feel about sleep. Winding down before you go to bed. So developing a routine that's helping you to kind of work towards relaxing and calming down. Not doing things like, housework or strenuous exercise in a few hours before you're trying to sleep. Thinking about when you're eating as well. So making sure you're eating early on in the evening, not eating late, not eating really heavy meals at night. That can help you to sleep better. And the same goes for alcohol. Trying not to be drinking alcohol too close to your going to sleep time. And then, of course, meditation and relaxation practices like the one that we've just done today can really be useful in terms of helping you to get to sleep. And they're things that you can do, you know, when you get in your bed. You can do a mindfulness practice like that. Things like yoga can also be pretty helpful in terms of developing a positive sleep practice. So what about if you're somebody who wakes a lot during the night or is maybe experiencing a bit of insomnia at the moment? And, you know, given that what we've all been dealing with over the past, well, it's more than a few months now, isn't it? For a long time now, it wouldn't be surprising if people's sleep patterns are being affected. And you've probably all heard people talking about having strange dreams. During coronavirus. This makes sense. Our nervous systems have been activated. So what that means really is that we're feeling stressed. So if you're someone who's waking during the night or you can't sleep, you might be stressed, you might be anxious. It can be helpful to acknowledge what's going on for you. Some people find it helpful just to write it down, even in a notebook next to their bed, and let yourself know that you are going to deal with it in the morning, and now is sleep time. It's not the time to be worrying about something or trying to problem solve. Review your sleep practices. So we talked about that before. And something that can be quite helpful if you're struggling to get to sleep is lying on your back in the way that Annette described, and essentially practicing relaxation. If you're a yoga practitioner, I'm talking about Shavasana here. So just lie in your bed and practice your Shavasana. And that can help you to calm down and get back to sleep. And think about your breathing. So focus on a long, slow exhalation, and that's going to help calm down your nervous system. And then finally, if this is something that's been going on for a long time and you're really struggling with, it might be something that you need help with. There could be, you know, underlying medical issues that you're not aware of. So have a chat to your GP, and they'll probably get you to do a sleep diary, and that will include things around your wellbeing behaviour as well. It won't just be about, you know, how well you're sleeping, and then they'll have a look at ways that you might be able to address some of these issues. So I just wanted to remind everybody, and we talked about this last time as well, wellbeing is a practice. It's about improvement, not perfection, and it's something that we recommit to every single day. And last week we were talking about self-compassion in relation to your wellbeing practice. And this is really important, just to remind yourself, you know, this is something that we're doing ongoingly. It can be really hard at times. There can be lots of different things that are influencing us, and we're just doing our best every day. And when it comes to sleep, try and think about specific achievable goals that you can target. For example, you might decide that instead of watching Netflix in bed, you know, your bed is a Netflix-free zone, and what you do when you go to bed is you actually read a book instead. And that's something that is really easy to integrate. And finally, just on that topic of self-compassion, a resource here for you guys, if you're interested in finding out a little bit more. Dr. Kristen Neff is really well known for her research in this area, has a great website with lots and lots of resources and self-compassion practices that you can check out if it's something that you are interested in. So that's our conversation about sleep. And we'll just go back to the group now, and I'm curious to hear from you guys. How are you feeling about your sleep at the moment? What's going on for you in terms of sleep?